Brandon's sucks. I was hoping it'd be
That's the biggest thing I've ever caught.
Brandon, don't get that close, or I'm gonna flip him over.
It's okay. Oh, that's hooked in a bad place.
Watch out.
Will that work?
Have you ever tickled a stingray? Look at him.
Put him back. Put him back.
Stuff like that. You'll run into little shell first. It's little shells. Then you'll run into big. See if you can get it out. I am. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I just want to let you know that the Patreon page is up with the fishing report I just released today. I do that fishing report every Saturday. It's usually up by noon. And then as stuff comes in throughout the week, I usually add to that fishing report. And then sometimes you'll get some videos that don't go up on Facebook and don't go up on YouTube. You'll get on there as well. So if you're interested in that, check out the Patreon page. The link will be in the description. And make sure you guys subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I've noticed a lot of people, like 80% watch my videos, but they haven't subscribed. So I really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, because if you hit the like button, it sends it out there and it makes this video, more people will view the video and stuff like that. I hope everybody's doing well, and still can't get out there and surf fish or bait fish or anything because I've still got this injury, and so I can't get any salt water in this injury at all. So probably, I think about another week or so I'll be able to get out there. So what I want to cover today, guys, just to get you a little content up, is we got what's called a bull run or redfish run, whatever you want to call it. And it usually starts about mid-September, about right now. Sometimes it's towards the end of September. And it'll usually run through probably the second week in November. Sometimes it's at the end of November, just depends. And down here along the channels that are leading out to sea, any channel underneath bridges, anywhere, is going to be packed with redfish that are going to be making their way out to sea, as they do every year around this time. So normally all the places like Packery Channel Park, Red Dot, Causeway Piers, a lot of these places will be stacked with so many people that you won't even be able to get a line in the water. And if you go out there during that time and try to get a line in the water, you most likely you're going to get tangled up, especially if you get a fish. So I'm going to show you a few things that you can use to land these redfish, and give you some tips on how to get these redfish without, running into super crowds and stuff like that. So the very first thing is you want to make sure that you have the things that redfish are going to be biting on. And there's nothing like live bait. Live bait is better than any bait that you can use when it comes to redfish. Things like piggy perch, which you can throw a cast net in some of the bay areas and you can catch your own. You can buy some live croaker, mullet, if you can throw a cast net and get you some mullet. All those things work perfect for redfish. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can use. You can fish on the bottom and have you some live bait or some cut bait, either one. Or you can fish, for example, with a popping cork and have you a 6 to 8 inch line coming down, and fish with a popping cork. This is Four Horsemen. This is my favorite type of popping cork. They're kind of expensive, but they're really good. As long as you don't get the line, the leader line down here too long, you'll be good to go. But anyways, that's another way. What I like to do is I like to free line like mullet, piggy perch, just put a small, hook and hook that bait and just throw it out there. Now it's going to be hard to do that if you're up against the jetties and sea conditions or there's high winds and the water's rough. Because if you're doing that next to the jetties, the fish is going to, as soon as that bait gets spooked, it's going to head to the rocks and then you're going to get hung up. So I would only do that if you're at the jetties. I would do that on a nice calm day, like what's out there today where there's light winds and the surf is under, 2 foot or a foot. But still, again, you're going to have to pay attention to your bait and make sure that it doesn't swim into the rocks. Anyways, so live bait is always the best when you're down here during the redfish run, I think. Now you can use a Carolina rig and a pyramid weight fish on the bottom, depending on where you're at. If you're you're fishing 20, 30 foot of water out at the jetties, I don't know if you want to go one with the prongs on it because you might get hung up, but you want to have a pretty good size heavy weight. This is more or less for the surf because these will stick in the sand and keep your bait where it needs to be. But free line and bait to me is the best thing. I used to, when I lived up in the Austin area, I used to go fishing at Lake Georgetown all the time for bass, and I would always free line my minnows. I would catch some massive bass that way and sometimes some catfish as well. So if you could free line it, like if you're back here in the bays and the current's not too bad, you could put you a little teeny weight on there and have your live bait on a small hook and throw it out there and just let it swim around. That's what I would do. All right, next, if you're not using live bait, then you want to use cut baits. You can use cut whiting, cut skipjack, ladyfish. Any kind of cut bait you can use pretty much to catch these redfish. Another thing I like to use is you can use these, what I call paddle tails that look just like this. You can use those, and I use this color as well, which seems to be pretty good. Works good on trout as well. Also, a silver spoon is freaking awesome. You could just sit there and throw a spoon as they come by, and a lot of times they'll hit it. Now this isn't the original gold spoon that I use, but a gold spoon, usually in the fall, I think works better than the silver spoon. It just depends on what they're hitting, what kind of bait they're hitting, and it just depends on what they're hitting. Like if they're hitting anchovies and stuff like that, or mullet, I will usually go with a silver spoon. But gold spoons work well in the fall. You can also use a weedless spoon. If you're back in the bays and there happens to be a lot of grass, you can use those, and those will work well too. So like I said, you can use a Carolina rig and you can fish on the bottom. But I think you would have better luck if you're able to use a popping cork and you have that bait 6 to 8 inches below the popping cork. I think you would do well. You can also use what's called a clip down pulley rig from Breakaway Tackle. We use these in the surf a lot, if you're going to go for redfish. I want to try to show you the hook and show you how big the hook is. You don't need a gigantic hook to catch a big bull red. So that's the size hook right here that's on this pulley rig. And that's about the right size right there if you're going after a big bull red. Now, I've caught bull reds on these pompano rigs that I had custom made. The hooks are really tiny, as you can see right there. And I've caught big bull reds. I caught a 38-pound bull red on a small hook like that. So it's not always best to have a gigantic hook and gigantic bait. Just take you like this pulley rig, cut you up a chunk of whiting or skipjack and just put a little chunk on there and throw it out there, and I think you would have better luck. So another thing too, you could use what's called a mirror lure, and you could use any kind of top water, like a rooster popper or papa or whatever they call it, mirror lure. I don't have any more in here right now, but you can use all kinds of different top waters and probably land you some redfish as well. Now, after all that happens and everything, you're going to start finding a lot more redfish in the surf, and things should get better as far as surf fishing. Right now, you pretty much have to find the redfish, and you got to really look at the conditions of the beach and look for points and rip currents and all the stuff you have to look for in order to locate the fish. So once the first cold front comes through is usually when the fishing starts to get really good down here. And that's my favorite time to fish because it gets cooler outside. You get a cold front coming through, so right before a cold front hits is really good, and immediately after it hits is really good for about an hour or so, and then it'll just die off. All right, let's view the maps here so I could show you guys some locations that you probably want to go to during this bull run or redfish run. So the first place is going to be, of course, it's going to be the channel that runs there right by Red Dot Pier and Causeway Pier. So if you can get on the piers, that'd be perfect. I've seen people fishing up there from the bridge. I don't know if you're allowed, but I've seen people fishing from the bridge. So I don't take it from me. I don't know if you can fish from that small little access road bridge or not. You might want to ask somebody. So that's the first place. If you can get there early enough, you know, where there's not a lot of people, but you expect a lot of people to show up while you're there. Another spot is right when you start to go over the JFK, you know, where docks is on your right and all that. You could take that turnaround and fish underneath that bridge on both sides, because those redfish are going to come right through there. There's going to be a lot of boat traffic coming through there. There's going to be boats that are set up right there fishing and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of people there. All right, so now when you get out on the island, I think it's right there by the Sea Life Center, the turtle place. You'll see a sign that'll say Packery Channel Park. You can turn left there and go in there. Also by the Starbucks, you can line up right there by the Starbucks. There's actually another bridge right there with a channel that comes through there where redfish are going to come through as well. And then all along by Starbucks, that whole area, you could get in the water and wade around that bend. You're not supposed to go on the land there because that's private property, but you can wade right there. Supposedly, I think there's some kind of oyster bed out there or something, but those fish got to come right through there because they're heading to Packery Channel to go out to sea that way. So those are really good spots right there. Packery Channel Park, you're probably going to have to wade fish. You're going to have to wade out a little bit to get your lines out there into the channel. And then, of course, the 361 bridge area, which is going to be extremely packed on both sides. Packery Channel boat ramp area is going to be packed. All along that whole park right there, up to the jetties, is going to be packed with people as well. Because again, those redfish are going to swim right through there and right out to sea. So those are really good areas there. And if you feel like going to Port Aransas, North, South Jetty. North Jetty if you want some privacy and you don't want a lot of people. If you got a way to get over there, boat, or somebody drop you off, then you got it made. Or you can take the jetty boat and it'll drop you off and pick you up at certain times. And of course the South Jetty, you want to get out in that channel in about 20 to 30 foot of water. And you should catch you some redfish. All right, hopefully I can get out there this coming weekend and get back to surf fishing and stuff like that in my favorite time to fish, the fall. This is starting to heal up really nice. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it kind of got I have a reaction towards the Band-Aids, the pads, I guess, the glue on it or whatever. So I'm letting it air out. I've got some new bandages coming that should not cause me to break out and start itching like I have. And because I got to keep something on it while I'm at work. But hopefully by next weekend, I should be good to go as far as back to surf fishing. So hopefully when you guys get down here, you catch lots of redfish, and what I've showed you helps you out. And get out there and catch as many as you can, and cook them up and enjoy them. All right, guys. Peace. We'll see you next video, and be safe out there.